All right. Thanks for everyone to stop by. So I'm gonna jump on the some of the TA that I'm looking at. I'll start with like GameStop, AMC, Siri. I'll look at Nvidia as just kind of look at what's going to happen in the market overall. I'll look at Bitcoin as well. Also, same kind of purpose. Just to look at the crypto market in general. So yeah, I'll just jump on now, and yeah, this is not financial advice. And then yeah, I hope everyone has a good holidays and Merry Christmas. I'll probably do another one tomorrow. But yeah, I just want to say that out loud. So let's begin. So today, GME went up 3%, about 3.5%. However, AMC kind of it went down like almost 2%, 2.50, 2.5, and then went back up again. So it ended up on minus 1.4. And then I'm gonna go through AMC after GME. What's going on with AMC? I know there's people have some negative. I mean, it is very difficult stocks, to be honest, and but then there's the way AMC will move will be a little different than GameStop. GameStop I would say is much easy to I would say easy, but it's much more readable than AMC. Is definitely a difficult stock as a somebody who's trading this one. But anyway, so I'm gonna start with GameStop. So the GameStop, I was expecting this one, so I'll probably share my post here. So I'm expecting GME going into the $40 range. Where's my post from the last time? Maybe this one. Maybe there's another one here that I want to look at. Did I post this before? Oh, right there. Okay, so this might be the last one, the latest one. So I did made a post. I've been kind of emphasizing this. I'm seeing this kind of formation, which is kind of looking like a fork. There's like a triple top before heading into a rally, which showing a similar formation in May 1st, May 2nd, and then this thing start to pop. I think it did form all those things, but when you look into much more closely, I think it's more likely it will happen tomorrow. So I'm gonna go through why would that happen. So let's take a look at this one. So on the right side is what I show you. This is from the May 1st to May 2nd. This thing start to blow up. It took about 1 day to create this formation. However, right now it's been 13 days to create this formation, and then this thing start to moving upside. And when you zoom in here, I mean, these are really very tricky to really try to figure out where we at exactly, because the way run this thing is extremely slow. It's way slower than May, so I mean, it's definitely not easy stock, right? So I would say that this thing is now trying to break out of this triangle formation. Very similar to this one. I draw a line here from which one is it? November 26. I draw a line all the way to December 17, and then now we are trying to break this thing. Once GME break this level, I do think that there's a possibility that this will fly to the upside. I mean, there's some volatility going on overnight trading, but as you maybe I can color, maybe I'll change the color of this one so that you can see this one slightly better. Which one will be better? maybe I'll draw. Maybe I'll. Yeah, maybe I'll turn this one as a little bit of a pink. So when you look at this one, you see this area, November 27. I'll change the same color, and then December 18. So basically, what we are doing here is that we're trying to. So they're trying to forming this, which what they did seems like maybe some sort of accumulations, or I don't know. But that's what they did, right? It's sort of a hint for me. Like it is like giving us hints. Okay, we're gonna do something here. So they went up after they create this kind of the fork shape, trident shape or something, and then after that they push this thing up, which will happen here on Friday, pull back, and now we are start to climb things up, which will happen here in May 2nd at 1 p.m. And we are just right there. You see that? So it is definitely pretty tricky to figure out where exactly we are, but when you just kind of look at overall bigger picture, I think you can easily kind of find out which level is some important level that we have to break, which is now that's kind of where we at. I do expect some sort of I don't know. I mean, maybe by morning tomorrow, maybe before the market opens, or maybe right after market opens. Yeah, maybe before market open, in the pre-market, they might announce. Something, maybe around 9 a.m. or it could be 10 a.m. something like that, depending on their timing, right? So now this thing, when you line this up, it's kind of forming here, which is very similar to this, right? So it's about to shoot something up, it's like a laser, it's gonna have a big PP candle here. So tomorrow by either between 9 a.m. 9 a.m. pre-market, there might drop something. I have no idea. I'm not an insider, but based on just on fractals and based on the last May 2nd kind of formation, based on that, they might and then also the level, this resistance level that this thing trying to break out, they might drop something, maybe potentially the new director from the PSA guy, maybe he can announce some purchase of a GameStop share. I think that might be a possibility, that this potentially that could be a catalyst, and then that algo just kind of like push things up, right? So I think there's a possibility that they could announce something, or because there's also a large swap expire in December, and that's worth about $6.7 billion, right, in December. And then I did post that last week. Let me bring that up again. 1 second. Where did I post here? Oh, right there. So in December, this thing, the GameStop had $6.7 billion of a pure GameStop swap expire in December. And this Friday is QuadWitching. So basically, last Friday, there was about 6 point something trillion also. I mean, it's not also, but it's a lot of money that expire on this on last Friday, on QuadWitching day, right? It was a big option expiration date, and then maybe it takes about 2 days of settlements, right? So Monday we had some of the upside. Tuesday we are heading into the Tuesday, right? So I think tomorrow we could see potentially a big upside based on the the December swap, big large QuadWitching, then based on the fractals, it has to be it is about to shoot things up. So I think tomorrow we could see some announcement. Maybe we could hear the new board members from PSA guy. Maybe he can announce the new purchase of the common stock shares in GameStop, and then this thing just like fly to the upside. So based on this fractal here on May 2nd, from this May run, tomorrow we could hit $40, or if not, we could hit around late $30 range, and I'd love to see that, and that will be confirmation for me heading into next week, right? So I want to see this thing pop. So something dropped tomorrow. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I'm not insider here, right? I have no idea. I'm just talking about this really just based on the fractal and then chart, just based on the purely TA, and also some of the data that I'm kind of collecting, the swaps, or the QuadWitching. I think those are the public information, right? So based on those kind of datas, and also based on the fractals, I'm really curious. So December 24th, okay, it's a Tuesday. There might be something, and then maybe the one catalyst, the first catalyst could be the new director's purchase of GME, and then the second catalyst will be one second, how come it doesn't let me write it here? Oh, there you go. So the second catalyst will be it's a T+2 settlements from QuadWitching, which is last Friday, plus $6.7 billion worth of swap, right? It's a GME swap. So some, I think there's a reason why they kind of bring all the way to December, and I think they understand the swaps and the stuff. They want to run this thing in a big time this time, so I think there's a reason why they're doing that, very strategically. So yeah, I think tomorrow is gonna be very important, and then not only that, throughout the entire week is very important, and then by Friday, I need to see GameStop reach to a late $40 range, possibly 48, possibly 50. Something like that. I need to see this one. If we see that by this week, and it's, I'm not saying that it's correct, but it's more likely that we're gonna see a run by OPEX, and then it makes sense that Bitcoin is tracking very perfectly the 2020 October and September. So right now the tracking is just amazing, right? Just the algo is just very nice, and based on the fractal that I kind of adjusted here, by January 11th, which is on Saturday, and then heading into the OPEX week, the Bitcoin drop minus 27% or 26%, and this a similar type of movement happened in 2021 January, I'm sorry, and that's when GME AMC squeezed, right, whole meme basket, and then this thing also dropped minus 26% during this bull run, and then after the squeeze over, Bitcoin also started climbing back up. So I think there's a reason why that crypto, Bitcoin is tracking very similar to August, September. And there's a reason why that this thing will have a very sharp capitulation, or it could be a most likely a liquidation from the short hedge fund or market makers, that they need the liquidity to cover GameStop and AMC. So yeah, let's see tomorrow how things gonna move, and then I'll keep you guys posted on that one. Let's move on to AMC. Like I mentioned, AMC is definitely very difficult to track. It's not easy stocks, to be honest, but when you understand the fractals, and when you know where it's going, I do think that it's AMC, not financial advice, but based on my I've been tracking this since 2021 January, and based on the historical data and chart, things I'm looking at, the share dilutions or offerings and stuff like that, that also happened in December 2020, and also 2020 on 2020 November, and after that we saw a huge squeeze, and that this one was about 1,000%. So we had a recent share offering as well, and then we find the bottom, and this thing started climbing up. So based on that kind of similar a setup there, and also when you look at the fractals, and then when you know that it's gonna repeat possible potential 2021 January's repeat of cycle, that could happen in 2021 January by January OPEX. Maybe I'll show you this one. And then I don't really like to give financial, I don't have a license to give financial advice, but I have a very close friend, or somebody that I know that who has quite a lot of money, and then he did bought 200K of AMC. He has a lot of money. So after he bought AMC start to push up, by the market close. So I don't know if maybe it was his influence, but anyway, it should actually went up. So but anyway, so it's the same kind of pattern here. So share offering happened here 2020 December 11th. Share drops, also share offering happened, share drops, and trying to find the bottom, start to climbing up. I think that's most important thing for especially AMC to find the bottom and start to climbing up, right? It has to slightly climbing up, and that's in this A phase, and that's what I just call it A phase. Just keep it simple. So after they forming all this kind of stuff, so we need to find out this thing's pushing this. So tomorrow, if GameStop, based on the fractals, based on the the QuadWitching, based on the swap cycle, expiration, whatever happens, or new directors purchase GameStop, could be announced. Something could trigger here. So if GameStop explode, AMC will most likely follow, and then AMC also similar to, I think, here, before this thing pushed to the upside. But don't be disappointed by GameStop. How AMC is gonna move. If GameStop pop to $40 range, but AMC be like, oh, it doesn't move by as much. I think AMC will do a big explosion, especially in January, in my opinion. So, but not financial advice. But just the AMC, when you look at what happened in May, AMC doesn't really pop until GameStop pop. You guys remember that? When you look at AMC in May, let's take a look at AMC here. So in May, this is what happened here, right? So AMC was doing this kind of stuff. AMC did find the bottom, which you saw this one from this one. They're trying to, the bottoms are, elevated. It's moving on, which is great, right? That's kind of the way that AMC squeeze. And then when you draw a line here, it's perfectly forming this triangle formation, right? And that's when this thing pop, right? Very interesting, isn't it? But the thing is, people talks about the max pains and stuff. AMC at that time, I was looking at it. I think AMC back then the max pain was $3. So AMC already broke down, from the max pain, but it's still squeezed. So what can you tell from that, right? What can you tell from that? So GameStop in May 13, the max pain, it was already hit 3 times above max pain, right? It already went up. GameStop was above a $3 max pain, above $3 max pain, 3 times in May, and then Roaring Kitty hits, and then shit blew up, right? AMC, however, didn't happen. AMC broke down the max pain, but GameStop squeezed. This thing squeezed at the end. So what can you learn from this one? This thing almost went up 300%, right? Within 2 days. So what can you learn from this one? AMC, I think the what I learned from AMC is that AMC doesn't really care about max pain. It doesn't really matter, I think. The reason is that because it's connected to the GameStop, like overall whole meme basket, right? AMC will follow when GameStop blow up, right? And there, and then what I mentioned before, like AMC is some sort of the market maker. It could be a short hedge fund. They use the AMC as a collateral or derivative to push down the GameStop or other basket stocks, and when it's about to blow up, they just have to cover, and then it's like ammunition for those short hedge funds, market makers, until they run out of the bullets, and once they run out of the bullets, they just have to cover the shorts. I think that's what it's used for. So until then, they'll continuously drop the price. So tomorrow I expect the GameStop pop, AMC will pop too, but AMC won't pop as much as GameStop. However, heading into this thing, so as I showed you before, I want to see this moving up to a $4.65 and sharp drop here, which very similar to forming this kind of I don't know what this is called, but some sort of a shape here. So it's forming something here. So when you draw a line, it touched the $4.63, and then I want to see that. I want to see AMC pop to $4.63 by Thursday, okay? And then Friday drop, right? Usually the option expiration date on Friday, they try to smash the price, and then I want to see that. At least I want to see that. If I see that confirmation, then I know that AMC is tracking exactly this one. So let's say if we see that by Thursday, hit this area where you see this line, line up here, and then when you draw a line up here, they're gonna forming here. If AMC is still moving up, above this line here, then this thing start to launch on January 2nd, Thursday. Okay, and then maybe create a gap up here, or it could just run. Okay, so this is the January 2nd and January 3rd. Friday smash down, Monday, and then Tuesday. So most likely I think AMC will do this big move will happen, I think, in January. So in December, this is just kind of like accumulation maybe period. So after even AMC AMC doesn't really do anything in 2021 until mid-January. And this thing blew up end of January. But I think this year is going to be a little different, I think what we saw from May run, things can blow up on the OPEX week. I think that's what they kind of settle. I think that's the thing that they change here. So I do think that by January OPEX, right, they might feel the $40 gap. Not financial advice, but there's a gap here. There's a reason why they left this gap, right? Even this guy in January 21, they left the gap here, and they fill the gap as well. But anyway, so yeah, they left the gap. They filled this gap at $12 in the last May run, right? May pop. And then they left another one at $12, 17 to 19 gap. There's a $40 gap. There's a reason why they did that. The market makers, it could be algo. All this gap were left from the bear run. Bear cycle. When the price are tanking, they left the gap. But during this bull cycle in the squeeze phase, they fill all this gap. Okay, so I think there's a reason why they left this gap for a reason. And then based on the 2021 fractals, if GameStop pop up to $100 level, I think AMC will pop to, as well. So but anyway, I want to see this kind of confirmation first. I want to see this. I think this week is very important for GameStop. So once I see that confirmation, I'll have a more confidence to say that GameStop will more likely hit this, maybe certain target, because this is some sort of I got this algo based on the shape of this three triangle shape, right? The form, trident or the fork shape, whatever you called it, or triple top, whatever. I want to see a confirmation that by this Friday or Thursday, I need to see GameStop up to $40 or late 40 range. And if that doesn't happen, then I have to readjust the fractal. So tomorrow is very important day, and I have no idea what they're gonna announce, but we know that there's a catalyst could come out from new directors from PSA CEO who recently joined GameStop, and then he could announce the purchase of GME, and maybe T+2 settlements from QuadWitching last Friday, and maybe a $6.7 billion swap expire in only GME, and maybe that could also kick in. So whatever happens, we gotta just watch out for that, right? Let's move on to a Bitcoin. I talk about Bitcoin, so it tracked very nicely. I do want to see this thing move up here 100k again after they hit this 90k range by Jan 10th or 11th, and then this thing start to just like crash. Let's take a look at Nvidia, and then I'm gonna finish off by Siri, with the Siri. So Nvidia popped another another 3%, and then I went back to check the 207 again, and then I did realize that it because I looked at much bigger frame, and then now I look at it in a much more a shorter time frame, and then it gave me a much more detail here. It did similar to similar to 207 October range, November range, and then I did find out that it did pop before pushing down. So I did expect to Nvidia continue to climb up by Friday, and then this thing smash by January, by OPEX week. So I think Nvidia will most likely will crash with a Bitcoin, while GME AMC will pop. So this thing, I want to see that confirmation. I want to see Nvidia drop at least minus 20 to 25%, depending on what the market makers want to do, and then this thing pop up to this level again, $130 from $100 to $102 by February 20th or 19th. And if I see that confirmation, then I want to maybe I want to have some short positions in Nvidia, maybe buy some put options here until May OPEX. I think there's a possibility, I think, that if AMC GameStop squeeze, and then if Nvidia only drop minus 20 something percent, and then what will cause Nvidia to drop minus 60%? I think the only answer is return of a Bed Bath Beyond. BBBY, I think will I think it's almost time for Bed Bath Beyond to come back, and then once it comes back, I do expect that I know some people have a speculation. Everyone is speculating. No one knows the right answer, but I do think that they'll come with the not only cash, but also new shares, also warrants, and I think there will be a catalyst. There will be some sort of a catastrophe for Nvidia to drop minus 6%. That's just my opinion. So what will cause Nvidia to drop this much? I think the only answer is BBY coming back. And then there are people that who oh yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, you will see. I do think, the people who've been following Bed Bath Beyond, the dockets and stuff, they know what's going on. They know there's a lot of fraud involved, and the RC is trying to figure that out, trying to find that the fraud. He came up with he brought the Bernie Madoff law firm last year, in BBBY, and those are the firm that represent Ryan Coin. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, they're trying to, RC is trying to find out the fraud case here. I was like, okay, this is getting serious, because there's no reason why that RC wants to bring this the fraud sorry the law firm that specializes in the fraud, right? So these are the dockets from last year, June. And when you look at it, when you look at this one, RC Ventures on the left, there's a firm called the Vincent and Elkinson, and there's a Cliff or Thaw, like this guy. He's the guy who did a case for Bernie Madoff and then successfully complete his case. So there's no way he brought him just for nothing, right? So I do believe that he brought this guy for a reason, and then I think that the reason is to find out the fraud. So this guy is the guy, Vincent and Elkins, Cliff or Thaw, and then look at on the right, Bernie Madoff scandal, right? So he did a case for that. So I think there's a reason why RC brought this guy last year, and now we are starting seeing those filing lawsuit against the old board members, the Mark Tritton, the CFO, all those bad guys who exhalate the exhalation of the what do you call that, the share buyback. It was meant to protect themselves, protect their board seats, not protect the shareholders, which is the the financial fraud case. So I think there's a lot of things going to happen from Bed Bath Beyond, but we are start to seeing things more and more. So I do expect that BBBY new shares will come out somewhere between February 20th to May 13th, somewhere here. Something's gonna happen here. Okay, that's just my opinion, because nothing will cause Nvidia drop -6% except for Bed Bath Beyond. Okay, that's just my opinion. Let's jump on to Siri as the last one, and then I'm gonna finish my stream today. So Siri jumped up quite a lot last Friday. Last Friday it went up 12%, but they tank it way more than last cycle, right? It was around somewhere here. They tank it even more, and there's a reason why they brought this on even higher. There's a gap at $20. There's a gap at $28. So they're gonna come up to fill the gap. But now I think we're finishing off this this phase. Now we are going into this area, and then by end of January or early February, I want to see this thing move up to $34 range. Hitting this area. So I want to see that. So I think Siri is doing good. But I still want to see one more pullback by March OPEX. That's what it seems like. Maybe they want to try to kill the option chain before run. So I mean, Siri itself has a very high volatility right now. But as what you guys saw before last week, Warren Buffett is continuing to buy Siri. He's stacking up. He's continuing to accumulate around this area, and that tells a lot of things, right? So he want to buy cheaper price, and maybe when this thing run, maybe he want to sell. Who knows? But maybe he could continue to accumulate. But I think he understand. There's a reason why he understand. This is the stock is cheap, and he knows maybe this thing is about to run. So something's happening here. So I'm looking at Siri, and then I wanna see all this confirmation by March OPEX, and then I wanna buy options here. So and then based on the fractals, the top pick could happen by end of July. I know things are keep pushing back, but it is what it is. That's what market makers kind of do. They want to kill the option chains. So I just need to see this confirmation before run. So I need to see all these fractals to be safe, just to make sure that it is going through a similar process as last 2023 June or July run. So I need to see this confirmation to be safe, and then I want to enter positions in Siri. So yeah, I'm looking at Siri very closely. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for joining another stream. I have a new channel here, so I know there's like 1,000 people or a lot of people watching this one, but I haven't seen a same number in my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm not saying that I'm not forcing anybody to subscribe this channel, but I'm just kind of since everyone's watching, if there's a real people, I don't know if this is AI, but if there are real people watching this one, feel free to subscribe this one. I'll be, I do live stream here time to time as well. So if anyone is interested in it, it's called U-Mergency. I have a link in my profile. So if you're interested in it, subscribe, and then yeah, I'll maybe next time I'll do live stream here as well. So but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, have a wonderful night, and then enjoy your rest of the day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.